and there is a reason why you need to take a risk. When an opportunity presents itself, there will always be an element of risk. If there were no risk, that would assume that you didn't have any awareness to negative thing happening. There was no possible downside. It was just 100% yes. But then it wouldn't be a risk. The reason there's a risk is you might lose stuff. Either you lose a little bit of face, or you might lose some money, or you might lose some time, or whatever it is that you might lose. That's why it's a risk. Now, importantly, it's much better when we focus on the reward, right? So we've got risk on one side, we've got reward on the other side. In the middle, you've got an opportunity. An opportunity presents itself when you work hard and you put it out there, and you're able to talk, you're able to engage, and you just have your mind tuned in to what it is you want. Now, you've probably had this in your life before, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in like your day-to-day life. You've had an opportunity present itself, and I know that I've had my fair share that I've turned down. And when I've turned an opportunity down, it tends to be because the risk is a little bit too strong versus the reward. But most of the time, if an opportunity presents itself, I've said yes, because I focus on the reward rather than the risk. You have to be calculated. You're in the middle. It's your brain. It's your reference points. It's your historical knowledge. It's your perception that lies in the middle of the risk and reward. Sometimes that risk isn't as big as you think it is. And sometimes the reward isn't as big as you think it is. So it's important to understand how to navigate through that decision-making process in the best possible way. And to do that, you have to ask yourself great questions like, how will this help me with my happiness? How will this allow me to progress? How great will it feel when I do this? How much could I lose if I don't? How much could I lose if I do? So there's all these questions that you can ask that will help you to figure out what you need to do, because it's about making a choice rather than a decision. There's a very different mindset between a decision and a choice. You might think that they're the same thing, but a decision is about removing the other options until you're presented with the one that you should do, whereas a choice is actually picking the one that suits you best. Choices are the way forwards. Decisions tend to restrict you a little bit. So that's where we're at today.